It's like I was ready, but
You weren't.
yeah, because I was trying to make sure you couldn't see my mouth, and no laugh lines or nothing.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh,
You guys hide it really well. Looks kind of creepy.
Damn it.
Yeah, bro.
does it?
It does.
It's
only
mysterious, right?
The only problem with me, you can see my facial. I'm so white.
Yeah, Mike is like disappearing behind the mic.
I like the mystery. I feel like I have part of a mask on, like Slade or some shit.
Or like Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that explains Deadpool right there. Okay, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you guys for joining us for yet another episode of our entertainment show. This is the 34th episode of Diving Deep into Entertainment. And today we're going to give you a little bit of everything, but it's going to be more flow than factual and show. But the only thing that I'm going to bring up is the typical weekend update for you guys. But we have some music for the first time in forever, and we're going to talk about some video games. I'm going to talk about some shitty ass horror films, but I hope you guys enjoy. And like always, at the center you have Francis Mandrala, or as these fucking douchebags were saying, what was it, Damon?
It's white luxurious.
I concur. That's your new trademark right
We're
there.
making Donnie proud. It's white luxurious.
Right. Shouts out Donnie.
To my left we have the one and only,
MIC, you got Mike right here.
and then to my right, back at it again,
It's Damon.
Damon. Okay, he's gonna keep it professional. It's good to have you back, and
Thank you,
so
brother.
you
Right.
guys know, if we haven't made it clear, he is going to be a full-time member. Not going to be here all the time, but he is fully on board, and it's awesome to have him. Once we get the video game show going, he is going to be the consistent man for that. So
I'm your man. Yeah.
so we hope you enjoy that. And he's also going to be doing most of the video game reviews for Rhinos and Aliens impressions, so stay tuned for that. But
Yes, sir. Got a prospect right there.
yes,
Yeah, man.
yes, you always have to plan. You always have to have a plan, because if you don't, okay, whatever.
You can't expect things to fall through.
Yes, exactly. See, this is the two guys with the diction right here. But anyways,
I don't know why that felt wrong.
Right. I'm not gonna say it, but y'all get it. You guys get it.
all the time. And I'm supposed to be a sexual one here, guys.
You
But
are.
You guys wanted to talk about some music, so let me know. When you guys get done with that, I do want to ask you about some Eminem stuff. But what's been on your mind, and keep me up to date.
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead.
before we started, I was asking Damon about the Childish Gambino's latest album, "Awaken My Love."
Real quick, that's the one with the blue cover art, right?
Correct.
Okay, I actually listened to that. I want to get your opinion, and we could see how we feel about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can all talk about that. All right. Well, if I may.
Yeah.
As far as with Childish Gambino, first off, let's just start by saying he's an amazing artist.
I agree. Yes.
Amazing
And
artist.
I'm glad you said artist, because now, he's always been diverse with the acting, and bro, he's a talented man. It almost makes
Very.
me envious, you know?
Yeah, like, do you guys watch Atlanta?
Yes.
Atlanta is amazing.
I should watch it. I
Bro,
used to watch
watch
Community
it.
heavy.
Yeah, Community was, he was good in
Which
Community.
I've never seen that. I need to get
Community
into that.
is hilarious.
It's hilarious, bro.
I've heard.
Gotta watch it.
I've heard.
Gotta watch it.
I was talking like Abed for like a month.
I can see that, yeah. But his newest album, though, it's been out for a little bit, but an amazing album. And I think what's so great about it is it shows how diverse he is. Childish Gambino, he's an amazing rapper, he's an amazing singer, but with this album, he slowed it down. And like this album, what I get from it, it just feels like it's a spiritual album, There's just so much beauty, and you just hear the different notes, and it's just, you feel this album. You don't just listen to it, you feel this album. At least that's what I get from it,
Okay. I'm a Childish Gambino fan, and to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. You basically just showed me I shouldn't have judged a book by its cover, because that album cover creeped me out. So, I listened to a little bit of the first song, and then I just put it aside. But I'm a definitely I'm gonna definitely brush up on that.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the listen, man. If you're a Childish Gambino fan, I would definitely listen
most
to
definitely.
it. Absolutely. It's definitely, as I said, it's different. It's not the same as his past 2 albums. But
Which
it
is great though, because you don't want to have you don't want to have somebody speaking about the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
So that's why I really respect artists that go for a risk, because too many people they just try to go with the flow in the industry.
Yeah. I don't disagree with Damon about anything. It is a completely different album. For once, a cover art actually expresses what the album is about, which is refreshing, because nowadays cover arts are just pointless, just like music videos. But my feeling on it, I think it's an amazing album, quality perspective, but for some reason, for me, it's my least favorite of his albums.
I can see that. That's it, because it's just so different, you know?
Yeah, and it's not that I don't like it, it's just I prefer his other styles from his previous albums. That's the only thing.
Yeah. It's a completely different style. He's not, I mean, as I said, I think he raps like maybe once in the entire album, maybe.
Okay, just real quick though.
Go ahead.
You're saying this. Why don't you like what's the artist name? the dude who
Come
on the moon that he made that.
Kid Cudi?
Yes.
Oh, I love Kid Cudi.
Man on the Moon.
Yeah, I love Kid Cudi.
But why don't you like that one album where he's only singing?
Because
Speeding Bullet to Heaven.
Yes, bro. That is awesome.
No.
I mean, I liked a song or two.
There's some songs on there that are good, but
bro,
the whole album, no.
Bro, that album is just like, okay,
No.
guys, just to put this out there, if you guys have ever seen American Honey, right? This could have been the album for American Honey, because when you listen to this, it's just like I know like his previous albums, if you're high, you're gonna go some places, but this album, I just feel like if I was high, I'm going to find my inner self. I feel like I'm going to like do some crazy stuff, and I'm going to be one with who I am. If that, you know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to it, it's just
So it's inspirational to you then?
It's not inspirational. It gets me
liberating.
Yes.
Okay.
I was about to say that's what he's built for.
Yeah.
Definitely, because he's not shy of being who he is, and I for one respect that.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to bring that up because
Look.
Yeah, Damon, you put me on the Kid Cudi.
Right, exactly, because I love Kid Cudi, like, and I'm still waiting for Man on the Moon 3 that he's been putting off for years. But
That would be awesome.
do you think it's slowly getting to a point though? It's building up hype to where he doesn't want to disappoint and he just never releases it.
Really, well, that's what I think it is. I think he's trying to make this album perfect because there is so much hype about it. I mean, the first Man on the Moon was like the best album ever.
When NBA Live,
Yes, bro. So I love that album. Heart of a Lion, that's probably like my favorite song on it. Solo Dolo on it. The whole album was
the one
amazing,
single,
bro.
the single that made him famous.
Or, Day and Night. Day and Night,
What's the name of that? Soundtrack to My Life. I like that too.
To My Life. Like that whole album was just amazing. And then he made it even better with Man on the Moon too. Like
Mr. Rager.
Mr. Rager, yeah.
Okay, wait. But do you think the singles are better for that album? Because I
think the album overall is better.
No,
I agree.
Better. No, because he struck gold with Day and Night, man. That was everybody was playing Day and Night.
Yeah.
And then honestly, as I like his whatchamacallit, Indica, the one that he made in the middle,
album, right?
Yeah.
Wait, he has 5?
Yeah, because then he also has Speeding Bullet.
I
Indica,
thought he made
Man on the
Speeding
Moons.
Bullet after the second Man on the Moon.
Yes. But then there's another one in the middle of there.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty
What is it called?
certain. I can't remember. I have Spotify. I'm pretty certain.
No,
that there's
I
another
believe
one.
he did drop another project.
I'm pretty certain he did.
Okay.
Let me check that out real quick.
And like several months ago, he was releasing like a song here and there.
Sidetrack. For anybody who's watched How to Make It in America, it's an HBO show that was canceled after 2 seasons. He had a major part in that show. Kid Cudi.
What do you do?
He was like, the show is about 2 individuals. They're from New York City, or one of the boroughs in New York City, and they're it's just a story about how to make it in America, going from top to bottom, and it was a slow build up that they have true talent for design and stuff, and it was a show about how it's more so who you know than what you know, and it was just about that, and there was two main characters, and he was the best friend. And it was like, and I was like, oh, that's Kid Cudi. And that was actually a show that got me listening to it. I was like, yo, Damon, you are right. And then I listened to his third album, Speeding Bullet. I'm like, best album yet.
And
okay,
I don't think it's the best album.
No, but it's my personal favorite. I don't know why.
And it's not the one that in the middle. It's the newest one that he released.
Okay, that's what.
Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying.
How new is that?
I believe it came out earlier this year, didn't it?
Okay, so I haven't heard that one.
Or no,
I haven't heard
the end
that
of
either.
2016. End of 2016.
Yeah, I still haven't heard that.
I would give it a listen. It does.
How does it rank?
Well,
Because not Speeding Bullet, but the album after that was my least favorite for some reason. Like, I know, okay, just take away Speeding Bullet. Compared to the first two Moon albums, I liked it the least.
okay, yeah, okay. I would give you that.
But
yeah,
that's like judging like Eminem show and Marshall Mathers LP and then comparing it to like Recovery. You know?
correct. Great album. I would still give it a listen. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Mike, anything else you want to talk from the music side?
I got one more thing to bring up. If you.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, all right. So I got to be honest, guys. I got to bite the bullet on this. I have been.
We apologize about the creaking. We will invest in new chairs.
For the longest time, Go ahead.
Just real quick, I also want to point out, I know the first 4 episodes of Rhinos and Aliens, the audio was off, and every once in a while, because of audio problems, we have a messed up audio thing. With that being said, I listened to a podcast that has over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. And I kid you not, the audio is monotoned, where when one person's speaking, it only goes through one earphone.
That's annoying.
And when another person speaks, it goes through the other. And I'm like, holy crap, even on our worst days, even when we have to use the audio from the camera, I'd rather listen to that crappy audio than this crap, bro. Because not only is it only going through... Yeah, because not only is it going through one ear, it sounds very... Off. Yes.
Off.
Yes. Like, just not the fact that it feels weird, but the fact that it doesn't seem... Like, I feel like their voices are completely different in real life compared to how it's recorded. So I was like, that gives me hope once again. But continue.
Okay. But I, for the longest time, have not cared for Jaden Smith's music.
Oh, I heard... Is it
Bro,
good? His new album, right?
His new album, Sire. Give it a listen, bro.
Are you serious?
I
actually gave it a listen
Bro.
on the bus when I seen people buzzing about it.
Yes, he has evolved so far. Before, he was just, I only listen to him because I'm like, he's Will Smith's son.
It was like
listen to Will Smith.
It was like his sister, where like
Right,
she
with
would put out
Willow,
the
like,
single.
Yeah, you listen to him just because you're like, I like their dad because he's an amazing actor. Like, he has blossomed so much more, and literally, I would say this new album, you have to listen to it. You have to respect the growth that he has put in, man. The beats are hard. The lyrics are hard. The message, like, he has like a story that he plays out in the album, and it literally, like, from start to finish, you're like,
I really love the beginning, how he opened it.
right, with BLUE, like, that's the first 4 songs. Bro.
Wait, it's just letters?
The first 4 songs are just letters BLUE to spell blue. And it just like, and how he has his sister on the instrumentals with him.
Yeah.
The album is truly amazing. Like, and I've been listening to it nonstop for probably like the last week. Like, that's all I've been listening to.
That's honestly shocking.
That is very shocking because I did not like him before. Like, I as I said, I only listened before just to listen. But now I'm listening to him because I'm like, yo, he has talent, and he's probably going to go far. And at least, like...
But you know what pains me
good.
about him? Like, he could have had his life set acting, though, bro.
Yeah, but that wasn't his calling,
I feel as though some people just have different reforms for their expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just took to that.
Also,
you know, his mom was in a rock band. She was pretty successful with that.
Yep.
And his
She got into
sister,
the
she
acting, yeah.
I gave his sister a chance because I heard her singing Intergalactic You and Me. I mean Intergalactic, and the way that she sung it, it was melodic. It was calm. It was serene. It was nice.
Correct. Yeah, and that's how Shaz said. That's how I feel about her on his album, and it works amazing. Everybody's been buzzing about it. There's reason behind it. There is reason behind it.
I wonder what he did to change up so much, and to just like I can't explain it. No, I really can't explain it.
All right, well, with that one,
no, that
yeah.
the last thing
I've been listening to.
I want to bring up is how you guys feel about Eminem's new album releasing in December. It's like 1st or 6th.
I'm still gonna listen to it because it's Eminem.
Have you listened to the Beyonce single?
No.
I heard that he had collabed with Beyonce, and I said no. I'm not giving that a chance.
Yeah, I
chance
didn't
in
know.
hell.
No.
Okay, we're not going to talk about it because then it'll just be me.
But I will give his album a chance.
Yeah, I'm still right.
because-
It's Eminem, bro.
And especially because like he's taking a different stance. I'm pretty curious to see what he has to say. So it's a lot of people, you know, not really interested. Some people scrutinizing it. So I root for the underdog.
Okay, 2 things. I completely agree with what you said, Michael, but it just, when you say Eminem and underdog nowadays, fuck that shit. Second thing, I just, bro, I'm conflicted, bro.
I was about to say, I'm not saying that he's an underdog. I'm saying from a social standpoint.
No, but that's why I'm conflicted, because it just...
Because he was one of your favorite artists.
No, like forget my stance on what he's saying. It's the message where if you look at his first 4 albums, bro,
where he's saying F you and F this
and now it's like it's killing me that I'm about to say this, but deep down inside, I honestly believe he's doing this for publicity reasons because I feel like he knows he can't say what he used to say in today's time because we're all so freaking offended by everything that's said.
I was about to say, I doubt he cares about that, though. I mean, remember the Michael Jackson thing?
Okay, bro, before you say this, though, listen to the new single and then come back to me with this conversation next week.
Okay.
Because this new single, you remember how people were like a little off with Not Afraid? It was a little too preachy.
I love that song.
Okay, I love it too because the message, and it wasn't as people were overblowing it, bro. I swear to God, you're gonna think you're listening to a freaking religious song, and it.
That's how I felt about when they told me Kanye dropped Ultra Light Beam, but it turned out I actually like that song. I'm not gonna front.
I'm a low key. I in a weird way, I prefer Kanye's newer music. So I'm in.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, not his new album. But I'm talking about my Dark Twisted Fantasy and the self-titled where he had a cross with God, but then they blanked out. Yeah, Jesus. Yes.
I still didn't give that a chance,
bro.
It is worth the listen.
His points are valid. That's why I mess with the song. His points, like how he talks about how black people are still in slavery and they don't realize it, fucking fact. And like what he says is fact. Like,
what was that on Blood on the Leaves?
No, that was on wasn't that on Slave or what's the title?
New Slaves.
Yeah, New Slaves. Yeah.
How do I know these tracks?
Because your mind is secretly telling you to listen. Subconsciously.
I've been programmed.
Yeah. No, I did not like his new album. His new album had like a couple songs on. Yeah, because we listened to it together.
Yeah, Pablo, bro.
Yeah,
I can't.
Can I please point this out? In what song was it where he was talking about a model bleaching her asshole? No, he said, "Now if I fuck this model and she just bleached her asshole
Yeah.
and I get bleached
Wasn't
with
that
my
from Pablo?
t-shirt,
That was from Pablo.
I'm gonna feel like an asshole."
Yeah, that's from Pablo.
Yeah, that's from Pablo.
Oh, I thought
I don't
y'all was
remember
talking
the-
about Pablo.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, we are, but I don't
we
know
were
the
just
name
clarifying.
of the song.
Oh, I don't, bro. I listened to it twice. I can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was just wondering what was up with that.
It's just it's new music. Yeah, especially that new album. Did not like no.
But as far as M doing that, one thing that really just stands out to me when you reflect back on his early stuff, I think about the song Stan, where he's talking to Stan. He's basically saying like, even though I say all that shit, I don't mean that shit. Like I'm just being expressive because people really want to hold my words back and shit. Like I'ma still be me despite, what the media wants, what higher ups want in the industry, what fans want. Like I'm giving it to you right in your face live, even if he didn't, cut his wrists and all this other stuff.
Yeah, no, I know that. It's just that's why I'm conflicted because I never at any point leading up to Recovery ever thought Eminem was doing anything but what Eminem wanted to do, right? Mm-hmm. And now I feel like some part of his decision making is for relevance, and that's why. Like I don't know how much of it. It's just I felt like his first, technically 7 albums. He never was trying to be relevant. That's why he didn't give a fuck what he said. But now I feel like for some things and to a certain degree, he is watching what he's saying. Unless it is fuck Trump. And who's going to disagree with that? It's like back then when he was saying what he was saying, it was controversial. And he didn't give a fuck. But now when he is controversial, it's not controversial because everything he's saying, like over 150 people in America, over 150 million people in America agree with that statement,
I see where you're coming from.
And that's why I feel, and then like the whole thing with that statement, like forget the political aspect from it. He said, he says, you're either with me or you're against me, right? Mm-hmm. But Eminem this entire time has he's always been preaching about unity. And that's the complete opposite of unity. Like, you're not looking at the other side. And I know, like, you could go pick up examples in that. It's just... I
hate to say it, but you feel as though he's selling out a bit.
Oh, I think he sold out for the Marshall Mathers LP too, bro. Like, that was the beginning. And then this is just, like, the freaking... Because, bro, it's just, bro, it was just... And it's not like a change where he's adapting or he's growing. It's like a change to where he's lowering himself to this poppy bullshit hip-hop that we know today. And that's what kills me. Because Kendrick, J. Cole, they're not going to that level. I wasn't even a big fan of Kendrick's new album, but I still respected it,
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But this, like, the diss of Trump and now the new single, it's like, not only do I hate it, I don't respect what you're saying because it just doesn't... when you have that feeling, that like that intuition where like something is off, no matter what situation it is, something feels off. And if you listen to the single, I think you would understand a little more where I'm coming from. And that's...
Okay. So it just doesn't sound like Eminem anymore.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, like, of course he has to evolve, but I want to point this out. I was a huge fan of Relapse and Recovery, which is completely different Eminem from his first 4 albums. So I want to make that clear. I'm a big fan of Recovery. I love Not Afraid, but this just seems off, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to give that a listen.
Yeah, it's just, like, when you... Yeah, bro.
Wait a minute, That's the one with Beyonce, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I really don't like. I could just toss her in the trash. I really don't care about Beyonce.
You're gonna make so many people upset with that statement.
But bro, if you listen to Beyonce, because like the only album I like about her, the only album I like is I Am Sasha Fierce. All her other albums, I think, are so overrated.
Kelly Rowland should have had a much larger career than her.
But you know why?
To her at all.
But you know why Beyonce won, right? The looks.
Yeah. She's basically sexualized.
Yeah, and she is the perfect woman of that. Like she represents that perfect. Like she has the hips, the curves, she's the ideal. Lights, that type, you know what I'm saying? Like milk chocolate woman or whatever her classification is.
Ideal woman,
yeah.
Milk chocolate.
Yeah, for her skin complexion, it's just okay. So
All right, well, that was good for music. Wow.
yeah, bro, do you? Holy crap, we spent a long time on that. But Damon, do you want to quickly? Have you been playing anything differently? Do you want to give any updates on?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, update. I know last time I was talking about Assassin's Creed Origins. The game is addictive. It really is fantastic. I would honestly say it's probably the best Assassin's Creed game to this point.
Now I
Like-
hear. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I hear that there are a lot of quests. I mean, like, are there a lot of quests like you would put into a Zelda game?
Yes, just like quests that branch off of a quest that you started before. A lot of the quests are diverse, so it's not like you're doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, it's not
and over
repetitive.
again.
It's not like the previous Assassin's Creeds, which were the biggest problem. It was
Correct.
rinse and
It's
repeat.
the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, like the assassin missions or like whatever.
This one they've put a lot of diversity into it, and the story is amazing. At least to the point that I've played so far. I still have not beaten the game, even though I've been playing it for so long. But that's because I'm a completionist, so I go around and discover every little tomb to explore, every animal den, every bandit camp, yada yada. So that's why it's taken me so long to finish the game, because I literally play every little piece of the game.
I'm the same way, especially with
Yeah.
Final Fantasies.
Right. Like where you have to do every single thing before you can continue on.
Yo, that's my biggest problem, bro. I have to do all the side quests because I can't do like a main mission and then side quest main mission.
Yeah.
I want to do everything.
Get everything taken out. Yeah.
Yes, and then you could go into the beautiful narrative that is.
Yeah.
So how much longer do they have to wait for the review or the impressions?
I'm not. Don't
Okay.
put me on a spot like that. I don't. I'm still playing this game.
Is
Like,
the end of the year realistic?
yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Because
cool.
yeah, I could see that.
Just to keep communication up
I
for
can
you
I can
guys.
see that. Yeah.
That's cool though.
Oh, another thing to continue on. Horizon Zero Dawn with its Frozen Wilds, the DLC,
The expansion.
the expansion, very good. It was very good. I don't know if you've done any research into it. How they reworked the animations and everything. With,
It's
like,
even
the
better, bro.
cutscene. Even better than it already was, bro. It's more realistic. People, like, characters do real life things. Like, if they're talking, they'll sit there and they'll, shrug a shoulder. They'll, go like that. If they're saying, like, they went really into the animations.
Okay, I just want to say this. I actually experienced Origins before Horizon. So when I saw the animations for Assassin's Creed Origins, I was like, wow. Up until this point, this is the best open world game for cinematic pieces and animations. And then you told me, we had a conversation on one of the episodes, Horizon is actually better, even though it was released 8 months sooner. I was like, no way. So I actually watched some gameplay, bro. I was like, yo, these open world dialogue situations look like cutscenes from freaking Uncharted 4. I was like, what is going
Guerrilla
on?
Games, man.
Bro, I know you
Fantastic.
haven't played much, but Killzone Shadowfall, bro, for a 2013 launch title, the graphics for that are still to this day hold up, bro. So it's they push their
Guerrilla,
tech.
Yeah, I mean, I am a little upset that they're not going to release another DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn.
that's good, 'cause-
But it's good because then they're devoting all their time into making the
next
second one.
Yeah, and hopefully the next game, because as we were talking before, the only problem I feel with this game, the only flaw is that some areas feel a little bit too barren.
Yeah,
So if they could add that Witcher 3 Assassin's Creed Origins where
Where
the
the
quest,
world is alive around you. Yeah.
bro, that will be the game of the generation.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so
Yeah.
That open world that y'all describing, it reminds me of Metal Gear.
the fifth one,
I believe so. Was
yeah.
that the one where you were riding around on a horse then?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the one that I was playing. Yeah, the Phantom Pain. Yeah.
Airlifting,
Airlifting
soldiers and stuff.
soldiers.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
by the way, that game was beautiful too.
It was. It absolutely was.
Okay.
Kojima is an amazing fucking developer.
Which by the way, he's coming out with a new game called Death
Death
Stranding.
Stranding, I'm getting it, bro. I am getting it.
I'm still waiting because that the premise I still don't understand.
And I think he's doing that intentionally because he still hasn't really told us exactly what the game is about. But I think he's doing that intentionally to keep it mysterious.
Okay.
Right, strike your interest, right.
Because, I mean, with a lot of the things with Metal Gear Solid, there was so much jumping around, and he made you be confused and discover the game.
Okay, but I just want to point this out. Whenever he says, "Oh, he planned out the entire Metal Gear Solid franchise storytelling," is bullcrap, bro. Like how if you literally need to read an entire novel just to understand the narrative of that series, bro. Yeah. No, he did not. No,
There is a lot that's left out of the games that you have to read about from
bro,
secondary sources.
And bro, you're okay. This isn't like a Star Wars situation where you do 3 films in the future and then 3 films in the past, right?
Yeah.
No. It's like the first game is in the middle, the third game is the first game, the fifth game is somewhere in the middle. It's like no.
Like, they threw me off with Snake Eater.
Yeah.
Like, and then you got Raiden.
When they brought in Raiden, yeah.
Like,
then-
okay, I guess we're supposed to just go along with this. Okay.
And then you sit there and you think you're actually playing Snake, and then at the end you're like, oh, I wasn't playing Snake.
No, but bro. See, I don't.
Was it Big Boss?
It was Big Boss, but it wasn't the Big Boss.
Oh.
It was a body double.
Yeah.
But the whole game, you thought you were Big Boss.
Oh, you're talking about 5.
Yeah, for the newest one. Like, it was a huge, like,
No, but-
sorry to spoil that. Sorry.
It's 2 years old.
Yeah, it's 2 years old, so I hope.
Okay, no, but the thing is, I like that. What I'm saying is, I don't like how every game, like, you don't know where it's going to be chronologically.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying, no matter what he says, I'm not buying. Because nobody would ever have that order. Because if you guys look up the order, like, legit, the third game is not the third game chronologically.
It's all out of order.
Yeah, it's like completely, there's no sense to it.
Yeah,
so.
right. The newest game, the 5th one, is somewhere in the middle. It's not the last, even though it's technically
because
the
4
last
is the
come
last
out.
one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's confusing,
so confusing, bro. So confusing.
That really is.
But okay, so there's that. I do want to give you guys one update. We all know about the EA news, both with shutting down Visceral and then Battlefront.
And Battlefront 2.
Okay. So Mike, people for some reason don't realize EA for years now, basically this entire generation, have been putting loot boxes and microtransactions into the games. The biggest known ones are their sports games, FIFA and Madden. Yeah. But now people are just realizing, because this is a first-person shooter that's not accustomed to this degree, right? So first off, I want to talk about Visceral. EA directly said the reason why they shut... Oh, come on. It's not loading. Oh, this is awesome. Technology, guys. I was ready to give you guys this good speech. Okay, it's here. Oh, yes, it is here. Okay, awesome. Okay, EACFO Blake J, I'm not going to pronounce that last name. He said the reason why they shut down Visceral is for 2 reasons. First off, they've consistently been losing employees for the past 5 to 6 years, which my rebuttal to that is, if they've been losing employees, why aren't you helping them to keep the employees and like create products to where they could actually expand? So right there, that's no excuse. But this is the even worse excuse. They said specifically, quote unquote now, as we kept reviewing the game, it continued to look like a much more linear game, which people don't like as much today as they did 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So as we pointed out a couple weeks ago, or whenever we brought up this story, they never said why they shut down Visceral. But many people assumed, oh, it's because it was a linear game. And then all these outlets like IGN, GameSpot, Kotaku were saying that's not the reason. And just now, or this was earlier today, so when you guys hear this a couple days ago, he specifically said, no, we canceled the Visceral Star Wars game because it was a linear game. And on every level, that pisses me off. On every level, I'm just praying to God, everybody who was working on this game, from the Jade Raymond, the Assassin's Creed producer, to Amy Hennig, who's the writer and co-creator for the Uncharted series, I hope they just leave EA, because EA for years now, they have slowly been moving to online only or online focused video games, and they're trying to get as much money out of you as possible.
All about the money. All about the money.
And it's just like when I hear that and they say this in the same year we had Zelda, Horizon, and now Assassin's Creed, you guys are full of shit.
Yeah.
Zelda is hands down the best-selling Switch game this entire year. And it was released when the Switch first came out. So that means it technically shouldn't be, because other games have a release with a bigger market size for the Switch.
Okay.
Then Horizon is an exclusive. It's the best-selling exclusive this year, and it's the second best-selling exclusive for the PlayStation 4, behind only Uncharted 4. And then you have Assassin's Creed Origins, which is the best-selling Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed 3, which was technically the best-selling Assassin's Creed game of all time.
I have a question.
Go on.
So what do you think is, both of you, what do you think is gonna take place with Game of the Year?
Oh, I actually, if it's possible, Mike, I want to actually do
Hold out on that?
Yeah, because when we somewhat launched the video game show, I wanted to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Cool.
yeah, so
Cool.
but to let you know, because the quality and entertainment thing always gets me. From a pure quality perspective, my edge is Horizon, just because it is so perfect at what it does. But from a pure entertainment side and my love for the series, I would go with Assassin's Creed Origins. And I have, like, I've seen what I've seen for Zelda. My biggest thing about Zelda is just the simple fact we're in 2017 and it looks worse than some PlayStation 3 games. And Game of the Year is different for every person, but in my thing, graphics is a big thing. Like, in terms, it's a factor. So if you're in 2017, bro, and the game only runs at 900p, and like some people don't care about this, but when we're talking about Game of the Year, you have to consider everything. Right. And Assassin's Creed Origins, and especially Horizon, they just dust Zelda in terms of that. Now, gameplay, it's a different opinion. It depends what you're looking for. Then every game could be better than that, you know? And then storytelling, once again, I don't think Zelda compares anywhere close to Origins from what I've seen, and especially Horizon.
I think it's going to be Horizon, personally.
But, bro, people in the gaming community are just Nintendo, like, fanboys. Whenever a good Nintendo game comes out,
have you played the new Super Mario? It's actually pretty fun.
Oh God,
it is actually pretty fun.
Okay, bro.
Is it like freelancing, like in Super Mario Galaxy?
Yes, yeah.
Except it's even more open world.
Mario
it's more open.
Yes, to answer your question, Michael, it's just like that, except it's even more open world.
Yeah. It's the graphics. It does look amazing, and I like the gameplay of it as well.
Okay,
it's fun.
Just personally though, I've never been a Mario person. Like
Me neither. I've always been a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah,
person.
yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even gonna go there. I was just gonna say, like, I've just never. I respect the games, but I don't see where, like, people. Like, at
Why
least
people go so crazy over it?
Yes, like, because I understand from a gameplay perspective, they're so genius, they're addictive. But
Correct.
For me, I'm such a story person. When games don't have no story whatsoever, it's just like, how?
Yeah.
Where's the?
I could see early on how people got hooked to it, because they used to have a show, they used to have cartoons, all that stuff, merchandising. I mean, it was a hit.
No, but to answer your question about Game of the Year, I don't know how in 2017 you could pick a game for Game of the Year where, like, for me, because when I go through Game of the Year, like, I check boxes, and when a game is not as pretty as another game might be, or at least ambitious in terms of the graphics, and it's missing a story, it's like, I feel like other games are more deserving, if that makes sense. But then again, like,
there's ways to fight back against that and say, but it's all about the entertainment value of it, and
or you could say the experience with Journey, because Journey is a great game, but it's very. Video games is a strange thing. It's not like winning the Oscar for a movie where it's like everything is very similar besides the genre.
Yeah. Video games is just because, and especially with it being a video game of the year, there's just so many factors that come into play.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So to end that, yes, EA once again and without a doubt sucks ass. But finally, finally they're paying for it, because I just want to update you guys and say that EA shares, they plummeted. What was it? Okay, the stock value plummets 3.1 billion after the Battlefront 2 situation with the
Bro, because they went so hard with
Dude,
the
it was
loot box
pay to
base.
win.
It was pay to win, and it was, bro.
And bro, I watched the game movie for like the storyline.
It's like isn't it just a 4-hour story?
No, I wasn't even gonna go there. I was just gonna say the quality.
Right.
I was disappointed, and it felt short. And
Yeah.
then the article I was reading, and then somebody else who I follow on Twitter said, it like on normal difficulty, you could beat it in less than 4 hours. And I was like, wow, bro. So like
Because-
the reason I would purchase the game, there's no point. It like 4
Same
hours.
here.
That
'cause
sucks.
That's what made me happy, because of course that's the reason why I didn't buy the first one,
Yep.
because there wasn't a story mode. So I was like, oh, the second one has a story. But then once I started seeing with the the pay to win and everything, I'm like, nope, I don't like I
Because-
don't like that.
because-
Like, that's not fun for me.
Yeah.
And like just how they keep, it's all about money. It's just it is.
No, that's the biggest reason why I stopped supporting their sports games. Because not only, at least compared to like 2K sports games, it feels like they reinvent the wheel even less every year. And then you add in at the end of the day, the reason why they're releasing them is for those ultimate team stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not going to support this. And now I was willing to support Battlefront 2 because of the campaign, but with the combination of how short it is, and eventually when people stop caring about the game, they're going to bring back.
Put them right back. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, and what type of backtrack is that? Because so much outrage. You're like, oh, we're just gonna remove them from the game for now.
Yeah, but that was the
For
key thing.
now.
Like the words they were using were temporarily,
Right.
and for now we see your outrage and stuff. And it's like,
Once they made enough money or they've hit a certain quota, then they're just gonna put them back in
And then-
to make more money.
and then the people who are still playing, they're going to say
Right,
F it, and they're going to do it. So it just
Absolutely. Because and let's see, and think about it this way: with them taking the transaction out, maybe that might have pushed extra people to say, "Okay, they took the transactions out. Now I'll buy it." Then they put them right back in, and they already have your money. They already have your
No,
money.
but that's how. I really hate to say this because of DICE and the people who worked on the game. I hope this game completely,
absolutely.
like just tanks to where at least EA has to respect the consumer, you know? And I was off of EA's bandwagon the moment they canceled the linear game. Could you imagine an Uncharted in the Star Wars universe, bro?
It would have been amazing, but they didn't want it because they couldn't put it into multiplayer to make more money.
Or
off
they
of it.
couldn't put enough microtransactions
into
to make
a storyline. Yeah, like no.
Or another way to look at it, people are more lenient in multiplayer focused, always online games with microtransactions, but single player. Like look at like what happened with Assassin's Creed Unity. They had microtransactions and people did not like that. And then Syndicate got rid of it, and now Origins, they don't mess with it at all, you know?
Yeah. And at least the things that are in the Origins, at least for the microtransactions,
They're not forced.
They're not
And
forced.
you don't
And
need it.
Everything that you can get in the store, you can get through regular gameplay.
Yeah.
You just have to find it. You
No,
know?
but
Sweet.
yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
Exactly.
Yep.
You're not supposed to just trap your loyal your loyal consumers into, buying things that really shouldn't be
Necessary.
right.
Let
You
alone
shouldn't have a price on it. Yeah.
let alone pay to win, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
You guys really do eat ass.
Yeah, and just to emphasize to you guys to know that we're not blowing this out of proportion. They specifically said, you can look up any of the articles with this statement, that people no longer care about single player games like they used to. In the same year with Zelda, Horizon, and Assassin's Creed Origins, to name a few of like the Hellblades and all these other games, you know?
Yeah. Did you play Hellblade?
Bro, for the budget,
For the budget, it was an amazing game. And the story was actually pretty dang good.
yes. Oh, and by the way, just to go off of that, this is also the generation where Sony is cracking down more than ever on single player experiences. All their exclusives, for the most part, single player. The God of War is gonna be single player.
Yep.
Freaking the Last of Us is gonna be.
I'm getting that.
It's gonna be focused on single player. It's gonna have the crappy multiplayer aspect. But who's gonna buy that game for the multiplayer? Nobody.
They're gonna buy it just for the story.
And that new samurai game dude, there's no way.
Shadow of Tsushima, I think.
Yes.
That sounds very intriguing.
Yo, we'll show you the
trailer for it.
You're gonna fall in love. You're gonna. I almost busted a nut watching it. It was like, and Daniel's gonna have the nerve saying he didn't like it because it goes against his tradition of samurais. It's like that's the point of the story, bro.
Okay, you gotta hint me now.
Okay.
We'll show you after.
Yeah, it'll make a lot more sense. Okay, but so that's all I wanted to say for the news. Do you guys want to add anything else for video games?
I'm gonna dig back in the crates. I was thinking about a bad gaming experience. Final Fantasy 12.
Oh my! You know they re-released that too, right?
I beat that crap with. Listen. In my party, the highest level person was like level 32.
Okay.
How the hell was I able to beat the game?
That is a very good question. How did you beat the game?
I really like literally beat the game like in 2 days.
One of Michael's pet peeves.
Very. Because, I mean, like you were talking about earlier, Dame, I like to completely do everything.
Right, yeah.
Like, I like to run around and get my level up and get different items and whatnot. But I accidentally stumbled upon the final boss. And I really beat him. And it was such a disappointment.
Yeah, that sounds really disappointing. Like,
you know, that's
weren't even
technically
at
a speed run,
level.
right? When you glitch through or find a shortcut to a boss, that's called speedrunning. So,
I don't know, maybe you discovered a glitch in the game or something, and
That really... Well, I don't like that, no. No.
oh, okay, since we're on this, I just want you guys to know, yo, Ubisoft, I love you. You're my favorite publisher. What the fuck is wrong with Warrior Within Prince of Persia? This game is so freaking bro. I'm okay.
I want to hear this.
Cause I'm a trophy whore, right? But I'm addicted to trophies, right? So
He is, though.
so I went back and got the original Prince of Persia trilogy, right? I platinumed the first game, Sands of Time, and then went to Warrior Within, bro. I went to the very ending, bro. I put 10 hours in. I can't fight the final boss because you need to go through these sand portals, bro. It won't let me go there, and I look up that a good majority of people, this is a major glitch that Ubisoft never fixed. And this is a re-release that they never fixed. And it's just...
it is really sucky, bro. I'm so sorry,
Bro,
for you.
and the thing that makes it worse, you know like how there's trophies for difficulty, and they always stack? This game doesn't stack. You
literally have to beat it on every single one. So you can't play hard mode and then get the trophy for normal and easy.
No.
Nah, see, I wouldn't do that.
So, but this is the thing. I was willing to because for games like this, I listen to podcasts and music, so I don't care about the audio and whatever because the games are so old, and I could just look up the game movie in 1/4 the time, right?
And then experience it.
Yes. So I had no problem with that, but I started with hard first.
Yeah.
I'm not going through hard again, and then that means I would have to play the game 3 more times. I'm not gonna get that platinum, and it kills me. I had a plan, guys. I had a fucking plan, bro. Like Damon, if you, I was really close to breaking my controller.
I don't doubt it, bro.
Bro, I was like, because when it first happened, I was like, am I doing something wrong? Am I not jumping? Like, what's going on? And I spent like 10 minutes thinking I was like something was wrong with my head, right?
Good save.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up, and I shed some tears, guys.
Yeah, that would be really for it to be a re-release and they didn't fix that bug. That is really crappy.
It's game crashed. Like it's not crashing because it doesn't crash the game,
but you can't continue. Yeah,
you can't finish the game.
Yeah, so that is really
and it's at
bad.
It's not like it's one thing if it happened at the beginning of the game. Okay, you put an hour in. This glitch only happens at the end. Yeah. The last freaking sand teleport, guys. The very last one.
Yeah, that is bad, yeah.
So even if you do everything correctly, even if you know about this thing, if something happens,
That sucks.
And the only way to get past it is to speed run, and you have to do all this stuff. And I tried it, and it's just I'm not that good. Because you have to do, it's just okay. But we're running a little long in this hoof. But yo, this has been awesome. This is what we're looking for. This type of reaction. But I just want to give you guys an update on the box office because this just gets my head googly. But anyways,
What?
okay, so guys, last week as I pointed out, Coco, The Man Who Invented Christmas, and Call Me by Your Name. Well, I didn't know about those two. These are the 3 new films that opened up.
Coco, is that Pixar?
That's the animated one.
Yes. But the 2 other films were limited release, so they didn't make that much financially, but in terms of per location, they actually did really well, especially Call Me by Your Name, which is supposedly about a homosexual relationship, so that's getting a lot of Oscar love. But to keep you up, Coco made $50 million on its opening weekend, and as of today, it's hitting 80 million. So it's doing really well. And I actually want to see the film. It reminds me of a Pixar version of The Book of Life. If you guys,
I love The Book of Life.
yeah, it's another Hispanic story about the Day of the Dead, and it's a really good film.
Dia de Muerta.
You had put me onto that movie. I like that movie.
Yeah, didn't we watch that at my house with Belle?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You saw Book of Life?
Yeah.
I love that film,
That was
bro.
an amazing.
That was a
movie.
really good movie.
And my only problem with it, the animation style was it put me off just because you could tell they
It
had
has
a
its
budget.
Own, it has its own flair.
But this film is Pixar quality, and me and Jordan were supposed to do a review on that, but we didn't have time. We as a group would love to see it, so guys, go support that. Now I'm going to leave Justice League news to the end. No, I'll get that out the way because it's very depressing.
It's very depressing.
As I talked to you guys when it was just me, myself, and I for the Diving Deep, I was trying to find a way to describe how bad Justice League was doing. I hope it came across, but Justice League in its second weekend fell 56%, which wouldn't have been bad if it had a massive opening weekend. Yeah. But we all know it underachieved, and in its second weekend, it made less money than Man of Steel made in its second weekend. And right now, it's at a total of it's approaching 180 itself as of this recording, and just to show you how bad this is, after 12, 13 days, it's made as much money as it should have made in its first week, if not 5 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, it's performing really bad, and that's for lower expectations. Mm-hmm. So, and Warner Brothers was expecting this to be their Avengers.
Yeah, the bee's knees,
Yeah. I've rewatched the film. I'm going to actually talk about in the comments for the YouTube video, so I don't take time up with that. The more and more I watch it, guys, it's disappointing, but so to get back to more positive news, if you guys know about Wonder, that's the film about the disformed kid with Julia Roberts. That's performing really well. It only dropped 17%, and as of today, it's at 75 million. And this is a film that normally doesn't do well. So it's at 75 million. It's guaranteed 100 million.
When you said Julia Roberts, I kind of figured that it would be successful.
Yeah, when she's in certain type of films, like it's almost a guaranteed hit. And to move on, Thor Ragnarok is doing well. Only dropped 22%. It's now at over 280 million. So it's at this point
in the money.
Yeah, it's guaranteed to hit 300 million. And that's my favorite superhero film of the year. So yeah.
Of the year, yeah.
Yeah. Logan, I still think is the best.
Oh, Logan was good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I had the feels that whole movie.
But go see that. Coming from a DC fanboy, it kills me, but I would pick Thor over Justice League for many reasons. And Daddy's Home 2 is currently at 75 million. Murder on the Orient Express is over 76 million, and the list goes on. By the way, Roman J. Israel Esquire is underachieving, but it's still doing decently. It's at 7.5, 8 million. So go see that. Me and my mom just saw that. Yeah. It's a different Denzel film. So if you're a Denzel fan, you will enjoy this.
I was just about to ask about that film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because I had seen like trailers to it, and obviously it's a big Denzel role in it, but
It's
I had
different.
seen. Oh, I was about to say I had seen another actor in it. I was like,
Colin Farrell?
Yeah, I love Colin Farrell. I'm like, what? Why didn't they put my man's name up there?
Well, the biggest reason it's Colin Farrell doesn't bring in names. That's why. So it kind of sucks. But yo, by the way, my mom came out and she was like, "Was that Colin Farrell?" I was like, "Yes, it was, Mom." And she was like, "I really liked him in this film." And I was like, "I know, Mom. He's a G, bro." Yo, Colin Farrell was fucking awesome. He doesn't get enough credit. I still wish the Daredevil film was better because he could have been in the sequels, bro. He was the best part of that film.
Yeah.
As Bullseye, he just plays
He
that.
was the reason I remembered that movie.
Bro, he just plays that. And the best part too in this film, he plays that cocky, handsome, confident individual so well. No matter what film it is, and like he just. He's winning at life, guys. But that's all I have to say. Coco's doing really well. Go see that. Justice League is officially, for its standards, bombing, and for many reasons, that's whatever. But every other film is doing really well. So, Michael, what do you like to always say? Or unless you want to say something before you do your little outro.
I honestly wanted. I know it's pretty late. Probably can't talk about it. I wanted to talk a little bit about Disturbia because I just started thinking about Shia LaBeouf.
We'll leave that for another show. Okay? Okay? Well, so you guys know when we get back to like the more discussions about topics, we will go on that. Shia LaBeouf, my favorite actor, so Michael, you don't have to worry about that. I will bring that up, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right.
Shouts out Shia LaBeouf.
Yes. Please get out of jail.
He's in jail.
Well, last time I checked, he was actually sentenced to jail because of something. It wasn't a long-term thing, but it was like some...
Was it like public...
Honestly, I read the title and it was like, oh man, I guess he's not learning. Yeah. But
like, subscribe, comment, share the news with your friends. I want you all to keep tuning in and supporting us. We really appreciate that. And it's nothing but love from us. Great chemistry today, guys.
yo,
Yeah, man. It was the Oreo formation, man. I had to bring that up in this episode. I had to.
I'm glad most people don't stick around for the entire episode. Besides you, Damon, you're
Thank
probably.
you. I do watch every single episode. All right, thank you.
I was going to say, I was glad Damon came along because we talked about music for the first time in a very long time, and we actually spent half the episode about that, so that was a different take. And yeah, let us know what you guys like. Do you want us to talk about music more often? Specifically, what do you want to talk about? Did you like our input on how we feel about EA? Do you agree about that? Leave comments on that because they're really like I want to choke that CEO, man. It's just like but and yo, for any of the people out there that actually cares about my box office updates, I'm always free and willing to talk about that. And yo, like seriously, like fuck, man, Warner Brothers, stop fucking Zack Snyder in the butthole. Stop editing his films. But as always, that's a great way to end it. And thank you guys for joining us for the 34th episode. We hope to see you for the 35th. So peace out, much love, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness.
Wow, that was really fluid. That's what's up. That's right on the money. Now, I wanted to say something.
After you done
Continue.
said bye.
Rhinos and Aliens, people.
I just wanted to say 34 Barkley.
Oh, yes, great. But you remember, we were just going to do that for the sports.
Damn it.
So this was a really...
I'm sorry for wasting y'all time.
Keep that for the 34th. Okay, so once again, peace out, everybody. Much love.
Peace.
So if you want to subscribe, just hit this bad boy up here, that big fat rhino. If you want the newest video, to the right. If you want the recommended, to the left. And then, of course, our personal dick pic. Yep, right below. So thank you for joining us once again, and we hope to see you next week. So peace out.
Peace.